Hey YouTube, how's it going? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. If this is your first time checking out Sheila Divine's channel, what is up? My name is Amy. If you are returning, guys, welcome back. So this is your April Fool's, I know it's April Fool's Day, but it's actually your reading for April 1st. So hopefully you guys are out enjoying that sun and you know, getting some fresh air today. So I have a great reading for you guys, I believe. So let's get started. We have the butterfly deck to start off your reading. Today says self-care. Pretty explanatory, but it says, before a butterfly emerges with beautiful wings, it spreads time in its cocoon. Similarly, this card is asking you to retreat for some much-needed rest and self-care. If you are breathing a sign of relief upon reading this, that's another sign of the needing for healing pause. Self-care can take many forms, but the most important thing is for you to look after yourself in a way that promotes your happiness, health, and high energy. This may involve a detox of your diet or getting away from any harsh energy, relationships, or circumstances. Take great care of yourself and you will fly high and free like a butterfly. So today is about you. You know, today is about taking care of you. You know, your needs, your wants. You know, really being able to go within and looking at your life and like seeing like what's been triggering you, seeing what you need to heal. Resting, whether your healing process involves you binge watching your favorite show with a glass of wine or a tea or coffee, whatever you guys do, it's kind of like, don't feel bad for needing to take a break. Don't feel bad for needing to take a step back. Okay? Because I feel like we are all in this quarantine for a reason. And I believe that has a lot to do with us finding ourselves. A lot to do with you know, just things are changing, and I feel like you need to take that step back and really get yourself to the place that you need to be. So, which kind of makes sense, because when I go into your reading, I feel a sense of loss. I feel a sense of being I want to say not knowing what to do would be the first thing that comes to mind. I don't necessarily, I don't have the Three of Swords up here, so I don't necessarily think it's a breakup. I think that, if anything, you guys are having a hard time letting go of someone today. I feel like you are trying to figure out what your life is without this person. Because that's what the Eight of Swords represents. It kind of represents you being stuck and bound to connection. So I do feel like some of you are really in your head when it comes to trying to disconnect yourself from a person or a relationship that you may have been once in but no longer are. So I mean, it could be a breakup, but I mean, I think that's why the self-care card is here. It's because you have to know that God will always remove someone out of your life that is not meant to be in your life anymore. I just posted some similar stuff on my Facebook about how, you know, people come in and out of our lives for seasons and, you know, all of that good stuff. But it's about really knowing that you are only bound and connected to someone that you stay connected to. You can easily cut the cords. You can easily walk away. You know, am I saying that you're going to lose feelings for that person? Not necessarily. I still have people that I don't speak to anymore, but I still have genuine feelings for, you know. But I know that now that I'm not in that dark place, now that I'm not in that negative place, now that I'm not blindfolded from seeing what I needed to see, I can see a bigger picture of why things have happened the way they have. I can see why God had removed this person out of my life. So even though, you know, there are moments that I go back down memory lane and I'm like, well, you know, what would have happened if things were different? I'm now in a place to say, I'm so glad they worked out the way they did, because I wouldn't be who I am today if I would have stayed with this person or if I would have tried to fight for that relationship. So yeah, some of you are really feeling like you're really stuck or tied to not being sure how to let go. And I feel like knowing how to let go is knowing what your worth is. It's knowing what your value is. It's knowing what you want from life. It's knowing that what is for you, you will never have to chase. And I feel like someone right there just needs to hear that if you are chasing something, it is because it's running away from you. It's not meant for you, okay? So with the Eight of Swords, I just feel like whoever you're trying to stay connected with that's running away from you, or whoever you're trying to connect with but they're not giving it back to you, you have to look within yourself and say, you know what, I deserve so much better than this, and really take that step back. Because now we're in April, guys. We're 4 months into the year. It's time to take care of you. It's time to do what you need to do the healing process, the starting of something, and just being able to really look within yourself today. With the Five of Wands, somebody can be in disagreements, like disagreement modes right now. You could be in a state of conflict. You could have arguments with people. It's kind of like this need to really protect yourself. With the Five of Wands, the Seven of Wands is right after that. So I feel like you're kind of standing in your own way of blocking things from coming through, whether that's love, whether that's opportunities, whether that's abundance, blessings. And I feel like it's because you feel like you're still connected to someone. But if you were to disconnect and say, you know what, this person's clearly not meant for me, I deserve better, I'm going to find better, but right now I'm going to work on me, I feel like you will be able to open those doors. You'll be able to let your walls down. But it's also knowing your self-worth. It's also knowing that the things that you've been through have taught you what you want, and they've taught you what you don't want. So it's moving forward. It's understanding that you don't have to block these blessings anymore. You don't have to stand in front of that door and block what's meant for you, because God's going to give it to you anyways. So it's like, I'm not saying right instantly when you meet someone new, or, you know, when you get into a new relationship, you drop everything. No, I mean, actions speak louder than words. So if for whatever reason you feel like you have to hold on to parts of you, then I would hold on to parts of you until you can trust that person. You know, because it's all about weighing options. It's all about knowing that you can balance this out. You can balance your emotions out today. You can look at this, you know, new situation that's coming towards you guys, or you can look at this old situation and use it as a tool to help you move forward to what you don't want. Because I do feel like a sense of a lot of you have used this last relationship as it was like a test. And I feel like now you're able to look back on that and say, you know what, that's not what I want. You know, and maybe you guys have gotten to that point where you guys have disconnected. You have gone through your feelings. You have weighed out your options. You've had find a balance. But as we have the Two of Pentacles too, so I do feel like a lot of balance has been set out. But that's a good thing, you know? For those that have already worked through your emotions, for those that have saw that this person, whoever you were connected with, has left your life, now that you've worked through those emotions, you're able to allow things to come towards you. And I think that that's where your beautiful love story starts, is when you're able to say, you know what, I may not have had the best relationships in the past to look onto, but I had to go exactly through those moments to get to where I am. And I feel like where you guys are now is the Ten of Cups. So a lot of love is coming through for you guys. Commitments, offers, family, harmony, fulfillment. Like, some of you are exactly where you need to be, right? Well, everyone is exactly where they need to be right now, but those that are waiting on love, those that want love to happen, just stay where you are, because God's bringing it to you. The universe is bringing it to you, okay? So, interestingly, I was trying to figure out where this oracle card was coming from, but it says no, wait, postpone, pause, and say no. So, I'm going to read it, because I've never gotten this card before. It says, you're being called to either pause or say no. Saying yes to something that isn't in alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for a congruent, aligned, 100% yes. Often we are looking for guidance to make a decision. It can be frustrating not to move into a clear and considered action. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually guidance in itself. We all go through times known as waiting periods. These times are crucial for our body to regenerate, the new path to formulate, and the universe to begin creating things on our behalf. You don't need to be plowing forward all the time to move forward. A potent, congruent yes, when the time is right, will put you ahead leaps and bounds. Don't force things now just because it seems like the only option. Take a breather and wait. Okay, so you guys may have an option around you right now, a connection around you that Spirit brought back to you as a test to see if that was the first thing you guys are going to jump on, or if you're willing to wait to see. And I don't want to say willing to wait to see better, but I feel like the first person that comes back to you guys, so I feel like it's a past connection. You know, it might not be the right time. So keep that in mind. But anyways, the waiting is actually very protective. For when the time for movement comes, you will be ready to drive right in. Use this time to regenerate and ponder what you truly want. Consider the options. If the options are not clear, don't fear, because this time is a gift. Use it to tend to your garden and take a rest. To take a moment from your busy life to clear the decks and prepare for the time in the future For come spring, clarity will bloom, and you will have the reserved space and drive to say yes and act more quickly. So yes, springtime is very prominent for a lot of you. But you know what? Maybe it's just not the right time for some of you. Like, I know it's not going to resonate with everyone, but I do sense that there could be someone around you guys right now, for some of you, who this is a test. This is a new test. And, you know, I actually said this like a week ago on my Facebook, that when you start doing really good, all of your exes come back. I don't know if anyone else has gone through that, but it's like you start getting yourself spiritually, emotionally, mentally to a better place, and it's like all these exes and ex-past connections just come back knocking on the door, and it's like, you know, I can't say don't answer that door, but from seeing the no right now, I feel like don't just jump. You know, don't just jump into the first connection that comes towards you guys, okay? So, take a pause, take a breather, and just take care of you right now, all right? So, I'm sending you guys all love and light for Wednesday. You guys take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.